Kendrick Lamar album coming out, he did better than people project him to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would you say off this album that he's the best rapper ever lived of all time?
Hell no.
Why not?
Because
I think you got a couple people that's been underrated right now. I think Big Sean has been underrated.
I like Big Sean, man. See, we live in this world where we get excited about now. So he's like, oh, he's the greatest. Like we see LeBron being exceptional right now. He's the greatest. He's better than Jordan. No, he's not better than Jordan. Oh my God, he's killing Kobe. It's like, no, we seen Kobe in his prime. It's different. So we get caught up in the now. So he's like, oh, Kendrick Lamar is the best rapper of all time. But Jay on the Cali record with Beyonce goes, I know y'all ain't out talking numbers, right? I know y'all ain't out talking summers, right? I got 12 solo albums and they all platinum. 4 or 5 classic albums. You understand? So like we get caught up in
the now.
He's on the streak. Like yeah, he's putting out great records. The Pimple Butterfly I thought was overrated. I thought it was a good album, but it was kind of all over the place.
Maybe it's just me, but I think he sounded a lot like Andre 3000, just with a kind of fade on his voice.
This album that he just put out. When I first heard it, I thought it was boring. I actually I put that on my Facebook or something. I thought it was boring. And as I listened to it, it's actually a really, really good album. It's definitely better than the Pimple Butterfly, without a doubt, no question. And it does have like a Stankonia vibe. It does have an Equimini vibe. It does have an early Outkast vibe, like the sound and just doing something different. So he does deserve that right to stake his claim to at least that upper echelon just based off that. But to say like, oh, he's the greatest of all time, it's not. Because especially if you can't sit with an album. If you can't sit with an album for years and years, come back to it. You know what I mean? So he does have a spot where he's been putting numbers up, and you have to acknowledge that. But let's not, like I said, we get caught up in the now that we forget about the past. Like
how many people now are even making classic albums?
I mean that's true because the focus is shifted.
Yeah. The
focus is shifted to being consistently dropping music. More than extra album. I remember we used to get the album, we used to sit with that album for months. I remember people wouldn't dare drop an album with Jay-Z because they know you got to sit with that album. People like, or even back then where the 90s when you had Jay-Z, DMX, Lauryn Hill, they all come out, Outkast, they all come out together and you buy those albums and then nobody else drops albums for a while, not anybody notable because they know that all those just came out, we got to sit with these albums. So we in that space now where we just we exacerbate the now, and we just go, oh, this is the best thing ever. It's like we have like a 3-year-old mentality where like my son will get excited. He's 5. He'll get excited. He'll go, oh, this is the greatest thing ever, because he only remembers. For 5 years, maybe 2 or 3 years, he remembers. So at that moment, it probably is the best thing ever to him. But in reality, just hasn't lived long enough, he hasn't experienced enough. And that's just where we are. In that stratosphere where we just like, Kendrick is the best of all time, and it's like, nah, man. Get Rich or Die Trying was a pretty solid album too. Ready to Die was dope too. Illmatic, Reasonable Doubt, Black Album, Blueprint. Still mad at like all these albums, you know, Equimini, Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music, you know, the Outkast album. So all these albums is great albums. You just gotta go through the crates again.